My dog will not stop bolting into the neighborhood.
All right.
Help.
Yeah. That's really scary for me.
That's dangerous.
It's
For a
scary
lot
for
of
me. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about dealing with impulse control with your dog, but I'll tell you this: I'm always afraid of my dogs even bolting out of my home here because I just see how people drive. Like people drive fast. People drive fast. They're distracted. They're texting. They're distracted. They're looking away at something else rather than the road, and we have loose dogs in our neighborhood, loose cats in our neighborhood. There's squirrels out there. The same problems that everybody has in their neighborhoods. And so for me at the front door, I'm going to teach my dogs that it is a really horrible idea to do it. And I'm going to tell you how I do it. I don't recommend that you do this unless you really know what you're doing. But here's what I do. I have a remote collar on them. I turn the remote collar all the way up to high. I put it in momentary mode. That means like one individual pulse is going to come out of the remote collar. That's going to make it feel like a bee sting. And then I have the leash on my dog. I open the door. They step on the other side of the door and I touch the button. And then I pull them back in. And then the next time that I open the door and they back away, I reward them really, really well. And then I let them choose the rest of their life if they're going to bolt out the door or if they're going to go at it. And I don't always have the remote collar, but I do that in the beginning because I'm just deathly afraid that the dog is going to bolt out. I've tried different things with the remote collar. I've tried where like a dog goes out and then I touch the dog as soft as I'm touching Mandy right now, and then they come back in and I let go, and then I'll slowly start amplifying it and pushing harder and harder. And when the remote collars that we use, they have a whole bunch of different levels. Like this level would be like a 30 and the dog is like, hey, I still want to bolt. So at that point, I don't put it in continuous mode anymore. I put it in momentary mode so that way it's one individual tap. But I do need to make it strong because I don't want the dog to be under pressure forever. But I do need to tell the dog, when you cross the plane of the door, this is a dangerous thing for you, and we don't want you doing it because there is a road not a quarter of a mile away that people are driving 50 or 60 miles per hour, and that's the end of your life. Mm-hmm. And so bolting is a huge problem. And so, but it's not that hard. It's not that hard to fix it. Your dog needs to be uncomfortable when they bolt out the front door without your permission. But they shouldn't get injured or any of those things. But there should be a moderate to high degree of discomfort the moment they cross the plane, because it is a dangerous thing for your dog to do. It's just like, your parents should jerk you back out of the street if you're a little kid and you're about to step into the street, and probably should get yelled at and say, you need to pay attention and get off, Pokemon Go or whatever kids are doing these days, right? Mm-hmm. So anyway, there's my take. It's like, that's really useful advice. I don't want to downplay it too much with the jokes, but it can literally save your dog's life. And it's really it's for me, as doing this for 14 years, it's really the way to go. It's the quickest, it's very clear, and it will actually allow your dog a lot more freedom if you teach them this particular way.